Hello everyone, welcome back to the Revival. Today is the second leg of the Champions League knockout stages against AC Milan. We carry a 3-0 victory into this. We have an aggregate score of 3-0, which should put us in pretty good stead. I just need to catch you up on the results. You can see on the right hand side we are still first in the Premier League, but Liverpool are now our new chief rivals. Only by 1 point though. Chelsea still maintaining the pace somewhat well. Looking at the schedule, you'll see that we struggled to a 1-1 draw against Watford. We were controlling the game in the first half, and then they just hit us with a sucker punch at the beginning of the second, and we were never really able to get back into it. We won 2-0 away to West Ham. It was pretty much nip and tuck, 1-0 all the way. Joe Linton scoring a 90th minute lobbed effort against the goalkeeper on the break to secure the 2-0 victory. It was a delightful little chip. I wish I'd saved it. I unfortunately did not. That's on me. And you were all present for our last draw against Wolves. So we've taken 5 points from the last 9. It's not exactly championship form, but it will do for the time being. Today, as I already mentioned, it's all about the Champions League. Get straight into that match. Let's see what we can do today. So, Gunn again restored to the starting lineup. Juanfran not looking his best at the moment. Mathieu not looking too fantastic either. And we don't actually have any other options at left back other than him and Willems. So we'll maintain Willems. An orange arrow is not the worst thing in the world. Ideally, if you have a player who's in better form, who is able to deputise, I would prefer to use them, but in this situation I'm absolutely happy to keep things as they are. Looking at the other options on the bench, I'm pretty happy with all of that, I have to say. Fazio can only play centre-back, so I think he's probably going to stay out of the match squad for now. Bodmer, I feel like Bodmer might be sold for next time we get a chance. We might end up letting him go. Zakaria is very much the heir apparent to the defensive midfield role, which has been so ably managed by Hayden up until this point. I will bring Xavi in ahead of Shelvey. Being as we're 3 goals up, I feel like we can probably make a few changes now I think about it. This is going to be one of those games where players can possibly put themselves in the shop window and prove to me that they deserve to have a start. No, we're not gonna. No need to put players in that don't need to be put in. Let's give Ribery a game. We're gonna have to sacrifice someone off of the bench because I want to put him on for Junior. Do you know what? Maybe Joe Linton can just sit this one out. Then again, maybe Werner can. Fuck it. Let's be really weird about this. Let's, because Joe Linton's game time is pretty limited anyway. So I think maybe it's a good idea to give him some time off of the bench today. Werner's been scoring pretty consistently in the Premier League at the moment. He's scored 1 goal in each of our last 3 matches. So he's not going to be hurting for confidence, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. So Newcastle kicking off left to right. We're going to be attacking in this first half. Oh dear, that's a loose pass already. That doesn't bode well, does it? But Newcastle, tenacious, coming back, winning the ball nice and early, making sure that if they do lose possession, they're very quickly snapping at the heels, trying to win it back. That goes out a throw. Newcastle retain possession. Oh, nearly. Oh no, I've hit the pass button trying to perform a tackle and he's ended up passing the ball out of the box. That could have been a brilliant chance. Hit it. Go on. It's not a bad shot from that kind of range. First time effort. Unable to set himself. I'm not unhappy with a player having to go from there. Especially when we're already holding such a commanding lead on aggregate. Oh, that's a chance there for Paredes. He's through on goal. Puts it through. It's in the back of the net. Paredes takes his opportunity in the centre forward role. And he tucks it away with aplomb. It's an excellent finish from an excellent youngster. We're going to be seeing a lot more of him in a black and white shirt in years to come. The assist goes to Frank Ribéry on the left-hand side of that attacking free. Cool finish, slipping it in between the space that exists between the goalkeeper and the near post. It's 1-0 to Newcastle, 4-0 on aggregate. So yes, funnily enough, I was mentioning in yesterday's episode how there had been some suggestion that maybe we should look at upping the difficulty. And then we've gone on this run of pretty middling form. But I think it's something that we will still look at, if not immediately, certainly at the end of the season. But we do, as I mentioned yesterday, we do have actually a very good squad. Some very good players. You know, Timo Werner is an excellent, he's world-class striker, I would venture to say. Oh, he's missed it from point blank. Good save from the goalkeeper, really. And again, is that a penalty? It is a penalty, I think. And I'm going to remember what Simon said to me in the comments the other day. I am going to use, I think it's the R1 button to bring up the little marker to show where the penalty is going to go. Who's taking the penalty? It's Paredes with a penalty, and there is the marker. And we're going to put it low and hard to the right-hand side, and hopefully the goalkeeper will go the other way. Oh, that's beautiful penalty from Paredes. And it's 2-0 now to Newcastle. Yeah, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by a penalty, I do feel like we have an excellent squad here. And the results we've been getting, really, aren't massively out of the ordinary, and I only seem to be getting these heavy results when I'm in a real kind of when I'm in the mood, you know. Sometimes you play football games, or any game really, and you might not be quite in your little run. You may not feel like you're really connecting. I've got friends that play fighting games, and they have mentioned before that sometimes you just find your groove. And when you do, you're almost unbeatable. And I feel that the same is true of Pro Evo to some extent. When I'm in my groove, it just feels like everything comes naturally. You play on instinct. You don't even have to think about what you're going to do next. You just do it. Maybe for the last few games, I've not really had that instinctual aspect to my game. Feels like it might be coming back now. Nice through ball, first time pass. Unlucky, and AC Milan literally just kick it out as far as they can. They've got a long way to come if they're going to get back into this. Being 5-0 already on aggregate, it's going to be difficult for the Italians. Oh, it's another chance. It's 3-0. It's 3-0, and if I'm not very much mistaken, that is the hat-trick for Paredes. He has been absolutely unstoppable today. The 1-2 used to devastating effect by Newcastle United. Paredes on the score sheet with his third goal of the game. He will remember this game for a very long time indeed, as will the travelling Newcastle fans. Beautiful little pass as well from Paredes. A back heel into the path of his teammate. I think it was Nkunku No, it wasn't. Sorry, it was Ribery again. Those two really are combining to excellent effect. The goalkeeper second guessing, thinking maybe Paredes was opening up it. I'll get my words out in a minute. Opening up his body to put the ball into the near post, but in the end he went across him, and it's 3-0 on the night, 6-0 on aggregate. What a result for Newcastle this could be. There are some teams that you just enjoy playing against, and I have to say, where it comes to the Champions League, a lot of the Italian teams, I love playing against them. Tried to shape the ball into the top corner of the net. It wasn't quite happening for us. Now we concentrate up the other end of the pitch. We want to get this clean sheet. Ooh. That could have been iffy. Good tackle by Kessié. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that one. Good tackle by Hummels. Not a great pass, however. There's going to be a shot here. Defender gets in front of it. Excellent hustle by the Newcastle players. They're not giving up on this clean sheet, not by a long shot. That's a great ball. Oh, it's a good take by Maximan, but the tackle just caught him. Would have thought that the referee might have blown up for a foul there, but in the end he allows play to continue. And AC Milan looking to take advantage, but no, that's the end of the first half. It's 3-0, and all of the names on the score sheet the same. That of Paredes. What a fantastic first half it's been for that young man. What a fantastic first half it's been for Newcastle. No changes made at half-time. Newcastle unchanged. It looks as though AC Milan also unchanged. They're going to have to do something different in this second half if they want the result to be any different, though. This ball plays up to Maximan, and he's going to open up his legs here. He's going to try and dribble his way through if he can. He can't beat his man, though. Hayden hustling, trying to get the ball, not able to get to it before the pass is released. Long ball forward. Milan continuing to try that ball. When it works, it's very effective, but it so rarely works that you have to ask if it's worth all of that effort. Pass is intercepted. Played back into defence. Calabria, Duarte, up to Piatek, but I think that's going to be intercepted by a Newcastle head. It is indeed. Ball played across the park to Nkunku. Plays out wide to Willems, who has the beating of his man, but is pulled back slightly. Referee does nothing about it, however. Long ball again, more effective this time. It's headed backwards. Now Milan in the final third, looking to try and get a goal back. But they just can't find a way past that black and white wall. Magpies again come forward with the ball. Good hold-up play there. Nkunku now on the run. He has the ball. He's got a chance to put it into the box if he can find the right cross. This could be 4-0. Oh, it's a deflection. It's not gone in. It's going to go out for a goal kick. And on comes Diego Costa to replace Piatek. Looking for a little bit more physicality, a little bit more guile up front, perhaps. Newcastle themselves looking to make a change, and it's going to be Joelinton on for the hat-trick hero Paredes. His job done, he's coming off now. Zakaria on for Hayden as well. And it's going to be a triple change unusually for Newcastle, because Mathieu is coming on for Willems. It looks now as though Newcastle are going to be sitting back slightly more. The fullbacks not looking to push forward anywhere near as much as they were, although I'm sure if Newcastle do get into an attacking position, the fullbacks will look to support them in those areas. Hummels out wide to the left to Ribéry, plays it inside to Nkunku. He looks up, he finds Joelinton in an advanced position, but he's unable to control the ball right, and AC Milan get the ball back. Nkunku again, central area, plays the ball forward. Oh, here's a chance, no, he can't get the ball out from under his feet. Maximan played the ball into Joelinton, but unfortunately nothing doing on that occasion. And it looks as though that red form marker is having a detrimental effect on his ability to control the ball, as you would expect. No point in having a red marker unless it does something to a player. That's a little bit of a late challenge. Referee again does nothing. It's really starting to annoy the Newcastle manager, this is. And this could be a goal if they work it correctly. Newcastle making things difficult for themselves, seemingly unable to win the ball back on the edge of the area. There's a shot into the... They're going to take another shot here, I think. He set it through to his player, and luckily it just dribbles into the hands of Angus Gunn. Ribéry on the left now. Looks up, he sees men in the box. He puts in a little dinked cross. Goalkeeper beats it out. Acrobatic header by the AC Milan defender. Zakaria gets the ball out. It's now with Maximan on the right-hand side. Plays the cross into the box. Joelinton over the bar. Chance goes begging. If he was feeling more like himself, you wonder if he might have got that on target. Good play by Newcastle, though. Oh, and that's a well-worked goal by AC Milan. The defenders all over the place, didn't know what they were doing. Costa's got one back for Milan. It's a little bit too little too late, unless they can score another 5+ goals. 6, actually, they need, because of the away goals rule. Oh, no, they won't, will they? Because this is a home match. Newcastle manager motioning to the wide men, telling them to switch over. Looks like he wants to try and get Maximan into scoring positions a little bit more in this last 10 minutes. It's ball lobbed up. Joelinton using his force, trying to knock the player off the ball. Does manage to get the ball to go through, but in the end, nothing comes of it. Here's Ribéry now. He plays the ball up towards Xavi. Nothing doing, though. We said before, Xavi doesn't really like to run onto the ball so much as just have the ball placed at his feet. Here we go, Newcastle, one final attack maybe. Here's Xavi. Lack of pace is starting to let him down a little bit. Entirely the wrong pass played there. Newcastle, however, hang on to the ball, and with possession comes danger. Nice idea of the reverse ball. Unfortunately, Xavi unable to get it out from under the legs of the AC Milan defender. And now Milan possibly looking to get a second goal here, but not if Mathieu can do anything about it. He tackles just as the final whistle goes. Final score on the night is 3-1 to Newcastle United, thanks to a virtuoso performance by Paredes. And Nkunku applauding the fans. 6-1 on aggregate overall. Newcastle through to the next knockout stage, and I think that may be a quarter-final. We'll have confirmation of that in a moment. But there you have the stats for the match. Gianpaolo's team unable to resist the might of Newcastle United. It was a closer fought affair than many would give credit for, looking at the stats today. And the scoreline certainly showed that AC Milan had some teeth. There was a very mixed bag of performances for Newcastle. Hummel's only getting a 4.5, probably that early misplaced pass, putting the judging board in mind that he was having a bad game. In my humble opinion, they haven't got a clue what they're doing. And here we go. Here are the scores over 2 legs. You can see that Madrid knocked out Liverpool. Benfica knocking out Barcelona. Something of a surprise there. Really overturning a very, very secure 3-0 lead to end up with a 4-3 victory on aggregate. Juventus through, FC Bayern Munich also through, PSG and Atletico Madrid getting through their game. Valencia knocking out Manchester City. Manchester City out of European competition once again. And of course Newcastle United into the last 8. So that's it for football action today. Before we go, however, we will just pop over to the schedule and have a look at what the draw is going to throw up for us in the next round. Oh my, it is a big one for Newcastle next time. It's the battle of the black and white teams as Juventus play Newcastle. And it's going to be at Juventus. It's going to be a really, really difficult tie for Newcastle. But with Barcelona out, this might be their best opportunity to win the Champions League. We'll have to wait and see, though. Next time, it's going to be Tottenham versus Newcastle at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We'll see what can get done there, whether we can pick up all 3 points or whether Newcastle are going to disappoint as they have done in the league in the last 2 or 3 games. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.